Welcome back to Tiny Track Cars at Candy Mountain. This week we have the finals of the Muscle versus Tuner battle. We started with 8 cars. We are left with these final 4. Nissan Silvia, Toyota AE86, Dodge Challenger, and 1999 Honda Civic Si, also known as the EK Hatch. First race, we're going to run 8 races this time instead of 4. Nissan Silvia in the pole position, and they're out of there. That Silvia and the 8086 are side by side as they go into the lollipop landing. Looks like the 8086 wants to get by him. Does not. The Silvia closes the door, starts to pull ahead. The 8086 gets hung up, and the S15 Silvia will take the win, followed by the 8086. Whoa, and that Civic comes to a crashing stop as he turns right. He's supposed to go straight there. Somebody's tell him that's a straightaway, not a right-hand turn. He was confused and hit the median. I hope he's okay. Here's the replay in that. You can see the battle between the Silvia and the 8086 ending in the Silvia winning. 8086 coming in second place, followed by that Civic. And race 2, we are off to the races. Toyota AE86 in the pole position, followed by that Silvia. They look to be fast here. They are out in front. That AE86 is pulling away. Silvia gets sideways. Challenger looks like he hits him and keeps him going down the track, but that AE86 will walk away with it. 4 points for the AE86. Silvia right behind. Oh, it looks like that Challenger took a move right out of the Civic's playbook. Ran right into that curb, flipped up on his hood, caused a big old ruckus down there. Let's watch that slower this time. AE86 comes in first. He's jumping for joy, Jolly Rancher style, and then that Challenger comes down. Boom! The A86 smashes into the side of the Civic, and then to finish it off, that Silvia comes and says, boop! Get out of my way. All right, Challenger in the pole position, A86 behind him. It looks like he may be pushing him down the track as the A86 has been faster up until this point, and that is the case here. He is right on his tail. Will he be able to get by? Whoa! Civic up on the curb. They come into the swirl. The Challenger is all over the place. 86 wants to get by. Is he able to get by? No. Challenger holds him off for first place. Let me tell you, being the last muscle car in this event, that Challenger needs to hold on to all the points it can get. Look at that. The muscle car is out front and all the tuners are saying, I want to win, I want to win. And they ended up only hurting themselves. The A86 just doesn't have enough top end to keep up with that Challenger. Challenger gets 4 points. Let's take a look here in a second to see what the standings are. A86 is out front with 10. The Challenger and the Silvia are tied with 7. Civic behind. Next race, the Civic is holding up the Challenger, allowing the Silvia and the A86 to get out front. Whoa, that Challenger makes a fast pass on the inside, but gets a little squirrely. Looks like he holds up the rest of the pack. That Civic is unable to have enough speed to go through the swirl. And that Silvia bouncing back and forth, coming out of the donut wall, will take another first place win, another 4 points. Meanwhile, we have 3 other cars that did not finish. These 2 are hanging out with the monster trucks. This guy is in the swirl. I think it's the red interior. The red interior needs to go. I know it's a Type R, but let's swap those out for some black Recaros. Oh, the carpet's red too, by the way, if you've ever seen one of those cars. The carpet is red. I used to have an S2000 with red carpet. It was disgusting. All right. While replays are still going, instant replays brought to you by Tiny Track Cars. Let's get on to the 5th race. Silvia up by 1 point. Looks like that Civic is struggling to stay in this race, but the Challenger still has a shot. Back with the Silvia in the pole position. He is off. 86 taps him. Challenger taps the 86. No one can make a solid pass here. Can that Toyota 86 get by that Silvia? He keeps bumping in the back, but he is unable to pass. Someone needs to tell him that he needs to go around him to get the more points. Not keep hitting him in the rear. This isn't bumper cars. Look at that. He tries to make a move there. Doesn't make it. Silvia shuts the door on him. As they come out of the donut wall, Again, tries to squeeze by and just does not have the space. Challenger takes third place as the Civic barely rolls across the finish line. I think he's got a wheel bearing holding up. Better head back to the garage and check that out. All right, next race, A86 in the pole position. Looks like he is pulling away from that Silvia. Will the outside cars be able to hang in there? A86 is out front. The Challenger tries to make a move in the Silvia, but does not make it by as they go through the swirl. Pretty evenly spaced out, minus the Civic, who's still behind. I'm not sure what's going on there. A86 is up on the curb, and he will take 4 points, followed by the Silvia and the Challenger. And again, the Civic just comes putting across the finish line. I know it's only a 4-cylinder, but it's kind of like he's running on 3 or 2.5. Can you run on a half a cylinder? Can a spark plug half fire? Not sure. You don't have to answer that question, but if you know the answer, drop in the comments. You don't know that answer. That's not a thing. All right, back to racing. We are on race number 7. Close race between the Silvia and the Toyota AE86. Challenger in the pole position, taking off. Tight pack here. Faster cars are in the back, that's why. The Challenger is still out front. Will he be able to hold on to that? He desperately needs some points to stay in this game. It looks like he may hold on to it. He's pulling away, and yes, he takes 4 points, followed by the A86, and the Civic somehow beats the Silvia. I'm not sure how. He must have been playing a game of block and go. I play a game with my daughter, block and go. Different kind of blocking though. Man, it looks like that Toyota 86 is glued to the Challenger's bumper until that swirl where he gets a little squirrely and the Challenger pulls away. They disappear in the donut wall. Challenger comes out and he is victorious for this round. We're going into the 8th and final race. We'll see the scores in just a second. It looks like the Challenger and the Civic are out of it. It is a battle between the Silvia and the 86, with that Silvia ahead of the 86 in the slower lane. It's a come around lollipop landing, get a little squirrely, and that Civic does end up on his hood spinning in circles. I hope that guy doesn't get dizzy because he is spinning like crazy, like a top. That A86 is in reverse. Will he be able to take this away from the Silvia? He does not, despite being in reverse and going very fast. Somehow, that Challenger made it by the Civic, who was spinning around, and does manage to claim 2 points in this 8th and final race. That Civic is indeed still on his hood. Roof, rather. Let's take a look at what happened to that Civic. Let's slow it down here so you can see the carnage. That A86 gets sideways, pushes the Civic on the inside, and he catches that curb and just goes flying. It looks like he was going to hold up that Challenger, but the Challenger does make it through. The A86 does proceed in reverse, but is unable to run down that Silvia, meaning that after the 8th and final race, I believe we have a tie between the Toyota A86 and the Nissan Silvia. So if my math's right, they will run a tiebreaker. Yes, we'll flip a coin, and the A86 does get pole position. They both have 23 points. This race right here determines the winner of Muscle versus Tuner. Unfortunately, the Muscle cars are unable to make it this far. A86 is out front. Looks like he gets hung up there a little bit as the Silvia comes flying down as they come out of the donut wall. It's really close. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure who won. That was the closest tiebreaker I've ever seen. We're going to have to go to the judges, slow it down frame by frame, and see who won this race. It looks like the A86 had this in the bag, but it gets up on the curb right there and then gets sideways. And before he can straighten it out and come out of the donut wall, that Silvia is right on his tail, gets next to him, tries to get by. Will he have enough? We need to slow that down a little bit more here. Oh my gosh, what a finish. We did hear back from the judges, and they said after reviewing it frame by frame, the AE86 has won this event by inches. By inches. If that race went any longer, that Sylvia would have been victorious. But here is your winner of your muscle versus tuner, the Toyota AE86, drifting his way down the track. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to these videos. Peace out.